On today's show, we have Kathy Fox, the Director of Safe Motherhood, join us in the studio. Thanks so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Diane.
So you're here to talk about an upcoming event called Bubbles and Blooms. Could you tell us a bit about that fundraising event?
Sure. Well, the Safe Motherhood Alliance is having its very first fundraising event called Bubbles and Blooms. And the Blooms is reflective of the project that we had done, the Blooming Teens project, where we painted the belly casts of young women. The project was all around promoting compassion, but also prevention of teenage pregnancy. So we have the opportunity to exhibit those casts for the final time and of course auction them. So all of this is to raise money for the organisation for our future project, which is another promotion activity, arts-based, called the 1 to 6 campaign.
Right, and why the name Bubbles and Blooms? I just thought that's an interesting name.
Well, Bubbles, obviously, there might be a little bit of champagne to be had on the evening.
Okay, I see.
And the Blooms ties in, as I said, with the project that we'll be exhibiting again for that evening.
And when is this event?
Well, that is Saturday week, so that's the 30th of July at the Grand Papua from 4 till 7:30. So we have a really great program lined up, and we have very special guests of our patron, Dame Carol Kiddu, but also Linda Babao O'Neill that will be there, and we'll have a little bit of a Q&A session, and it's a bit of an informative event too. So having fun, but also finding out who is the Safe Motherhood Alliance, what we do and how you can support some of the work that we do around maternal health.
And how can people purchase a ticket? You know, what is the price and how can they get in touch with you?
Well, we've got a really reasonable price at 200 kina per ticket. And actually talking about tickets, Diane, I'd like to give you 2 tickets. So we would love to see you there at the event.
Yes, I'll definitely be there, and maybe we can give one to our viewers.
That would be great. But it's 200 kina for the ticket, and if anyone would like to call our office on 70514499, or they can email at admin@safemotherhood.org.pg, we will be able to respond and organise some tickets.
And why is it important to host this event? And to, you mentioned fundraising, but there's also the advocacy component of it.
Absolutely. Well, I think, the more people who understand how we can impact positively maternal health, the better. So you could be a woman from the village, a boy from the village, you could be a CEO from whatever company, you could be the director of whatever non-profit. All of us need to be informed because we all have family, we all have people whom we love, and by educating ourselves we can pass on that information. So it's still in line with what we are about, is promoting maternal health. There are some really simple strategies that will reduce the number of women and girls who die in this country.
And how many casts are you auctioning off at this event?
We have 12.
Okay.
Now 12 casts were modelled from 12 pregnant young women, all of which had unplanned pregnancies, and those casts were given to 12 emerging and established Papua New Guinean artists. We have Wasivo, Jeffrey Figa, Paul Kastman, Jane Wenner. There's a number of artists that painted. And we have our 13th cast as well that will also be on display and up for auction, where we asked the members of Parliament to commit to the youth of Papua New Guinea, specifically around sexual and reproductive health, and we had a number of signatures, and it also has been beautifully painted as well.
Great. Well, we're looking forward to attending the event, and yes, if you're interested, please get in touch with Safe Motherhood. Did you have any last remarks?
Well, other than to say that we've had some really wonderful support, from Pride Furniture, More Printing, the Madness Photography. We've got some great prizes, giveaways on the evening. We've had wonderful support from, for example, Brian Bell, Crown Plaza, PNG, and then there's quite a number of others. So, it's something in it for everybody.
Great. Well, we just hope that there's a lot of people. Please get in touch with Safe Motherhood, and come on the what's the date?
Bubbles and Blooms, July 30th.
July 30th. Yeah. Thanks so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Diane.